We found...
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. Well, we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Husha.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
Stall warning.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What's he talking about? They already are firing on us.
Missile.
The enemy's confused.
I know. We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vasilij, Geneva, and Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Missile. Missile.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down. They're bombing us. We're unable to use the rams.
Missile.
Help me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Missile. Stall warning.
The enemy has escaped. Why aren't our planes up in the air? Evading.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
They have more aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles. Fire the SAM at once.
Coming up on the castle.
Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Missile.
They're here already. They looked into our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. These guys are blinding us.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
The SAM is out. We're running out of ways to strike back. Our air defense capabilities are compromised. Target's tail.
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Shit! We still have plenty of missiles left, but the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us! We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation can stand, the young will carry on. Evading missiles.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
Missile.
This town is a high control value. It's unfortunate we get bombed like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about. Strider 1, target acquired.
AA destroyed! We're sitting ducks! Missile takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Locked on, Bandit.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood.
Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Levante.
You bastard!
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Missile away!
Missile. Missile.
I'm out! Ejecting! I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Wilco.
Righto. These guys expect us to surrender? I'll kill them myself.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Strata 1. Target acquired.
Missile.
How long is this war going to go on?
Missile. Star warning.
Will's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot. It'll be boring.
It's some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1. You have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090. Straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Yeah. Muscle Team Squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, there's still flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco, might just cost us our lives.
Star warning.
Someone, enemy closing behind you.
Strider 1. Fox 3.
Star warning.
Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with me, I taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. They're the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
Targeting collection 1.7 degrees.
unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Missile.
Unidentified aircraft, land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow to pieces. Smash those missiles right into the ground.
Does this guy have a death wish?
Hey, this just seems like another ordinary day for him.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it.
Stall warning.
There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've felled every last one of them.
Trigger, there's something about Mr. X's flying pattern after he dodges a missile.
Missile.
Flies in a straight line at low speed. That's your chance to attack.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger, splash the bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder...
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air and the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you, but take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future there.
Dumbass?
Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 Squadron. It's a message to all those looking to end the war, but I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
We need help! Don't let him damage more! Show him what the Erusian, no, what fighter pilots are made of!
Thanks. I owe you.
into formation. We have the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got.
We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still in it as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison. Roger.
Ross, you're speaking on an open channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
This is Gold Squadron and Rival Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is C2. Southern Squadron. This is Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in rear formations. They have manned aircraft with UAVs and flame brood. All this is just to keep the war going. UAVs were sluggish once the leader went down. I thought his push drones without ladders are slow as hell. The biggest flaw in their slave brood.
How many more do we need to take out?
On either side? Shoot them down one at a time. They'll run out eventually.
Picked up a slave craft. That's not the big picture.
Okay. Commencing transmission. I'm speaking over both terrestrial broadcasting and video transmission networks. It's not important why we know who we are. First, our rules. Destroy the space elevator. Second, we want power to the drone factory cut in order to put a stop to all the war and chaos that its products cause. And last, we want to bring an end to this pointless war that has given rise to a state of anarchy. Let me tell you what's going on right now. The land is overrun with refugees who have lost their homes. This is no isolated incident. In spite of that, the war continues to rage overhead.
Strikes on our side? That's the best news I've heard in a long time. Again, 3 strikes? Never again.
Can't shake it.
Three strikes is one of us. He's the best one we got.
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
They're rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Brush up on coordinates later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that.
We're easier to pick out.
Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked its signal in order to reach out to you.
This isn't a rebellion. It's a battle for independence. We'll take down the Arsenal Bird and build a new country.
Some coalition this has turned out to be, huh? They'll keep talking big once the war's over, too. You can bet on it. We need something or someone to guide us. It's a pretty sloppy, but there's a lot of them. One more move and you'll be surrounded.
5 minutes remaining.
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real-life princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone. Yes.
Admiral, it's safe over here. We've taken away all their guns.
Yes. Let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid?
All right, understood. Pick up the gun. A kill for 3 strikes. Impressive. Look.
We have a chance that 3 strikes is down. So who's this guy with 3 strikes in front of me?
UAV destroyed. This airspace is like a testing ground for their weapons. Why don't those bastards show themselves?
It's up to us to defend our nation. It doesn't matter if you're not military or not.
Our princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies. Cosette, let's go. Yes!
Warning! Missiles launched from the arsenal bird. Near Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Lancaster, do we have more incoming?
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system, but we've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going all this time.
Missile launch from the arsenal bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
I said we were gonna take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was gonna do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the arsenal bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2, impact now.
Copy that. It's all over.
Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going down! Try to run, splash the bandit. Beautiful.
30 seconds remaining.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal.
Missile launched.
Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the arsenal bird.
Incoming!
5, 4. Everybody, give this attack everything you've got. Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
arsenal bird.
Lasers!
We can't fight it! Evacuate! Flagship Starling heavily damaged by laser weapons. Reported aircraft controller now. Single blast! Deploy lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. Damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That was a pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack with air power. You'll slow the arsenal bird.
Hostile has a lock. Bandit on your 6.
Cyclops 2. Fox 2.
Look at that light from the arsenal bird.
Target acquired. It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the arsenal bird.
Landed on a friendly's tail.
That was close. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
That's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Head to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on over those funerals. Yes.
Living! Missile incoming!
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone.
Add water to the opposite
They had a radar room here.
Nothing phases this thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with the second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies it's hit. Missile inbound to me! Target is right in front of me. Watch 2! How are you? Are you still in this?
Lock on, you're mine.
It's readying its APS.
Damn it! I think it's damaged. One aircraft hit. No, 2!
I can see a light bulb-shaped thing, but it isn't lit up.
That's it. That's a location marker. Have it through there, right?
Got it.
Is there something we can do? Just evading like this will get us all killed. Strider 1, watch your tail. When's that shield gonna lose power? Never. The elevator's continuously supplying you with power.
Then what should we do?
Calm down. I'll do something.
What are you gonna do? Smash it. Smash all 6 of these bastards. It'll lose power.
Damn shield. Just go away. Be gone. Disappear.
On cuckoo count?
Away with you. Look.
Just what kind of magic did you work there, you asshole?
It wasn't magic. It's a scam. Now's our chance. Do it, Trigger.
The lights. It's switched to the backup power supply. That means the main supply's been cut off.
This is the observation center.
UAVs are dropping out. Fast. Wait, they're out.
Safety mechanism shut off. Power transmission.
Drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Some propeller confirmed destroyed.
Remember, our target is the arsenal bird.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack.
Don't let them anywhere near him. Understood?
destroy the docking modules, the supply unit will break off from the arsenal burning. That'll leave the antenna base vulnerable. Light on fire and we can cook that burn. Theoretically, that's even possible even for an experienced pilot. There won't be a problem, but...
Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this.
Is he really that good of a pilot? I'd bet on it. Besides, if he thought it was impossible, he wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling! Refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George! Tabloid! Get back here!
I can't leave that girl to die.
Fine, fine. Get her, but be quick about it.
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
Docking module destroyed. That's 2 of them.
Don't let yourself be distracted. Just focus on what you need to do.
That thing is too huge.
Don't let its sheer size freak you out.
Is everything okay?
But the kid Tabloid went after a safe. He ran that distance with a girl in his hands.
Good. What about Tabloid? Is he safe?
George and the girl were saved. They were saved.
Docking module destroyed. 1 left.
Nicely done.
This'll be a good story to tell my son.
All targets have been destroyed. Supply unit is ready to fall off.
Yeah! Good job.
You should be able to see the rectangle where the supply unit was. Destroy that, and even the mighty arsenal bird is sure to feel it. Rectangle base unit confirmed destroyed.
Lancaster. Oh my god. The arsenal bird is on fire.
Trigger, break off. Arsenal bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal bird is down. Lancaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Don't worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid the target's path.
That's the last of the rooms.
Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many sides of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. Our units surrender. You guys better not throw away your lives either.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down.
Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down.
What?
Warning, incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory?
I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground.
No, wait!
Enemy on my 6! Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something!
Strider 2, missile inbound! Cosette! What?
This isn't the time for that!
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now.
Strider 2, you're hit. Are you alright?
Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Osean carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do.
Trigger, can you hear me? I somehow managed to land. It's your turn now. The carrier ran aground, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. I'll guide you down. 3,000 meters to carrier. You're on course. Looking good, buddy.
1,500 meters to carrier. You're too fast. Lower your speed. Nice work. You pulled off a perfect landing. Well, we're okay for the moment. Now the real challenge begins.
Well, if it isn't the